Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is now in session. The court is in session on today's date of October 11th, 2024. Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. This morning we have an announcement docket. When I call your name, I'm going to ask that you will come forth or come before the bench with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, then we will wait for your attorney to arrive because your attorney may be in another court handling another matter. If you're not represented by an attorney, when I call your name, you come to the bench by yourself. Are you working on it? You are? Okay. So we need to get it. Mr. Prevost? Okay. You come on up. Okay, Mr. Prevost, we just got word that your attorney is sick. You will not be here this morning. Your case is going to be reset. That means you'll be given another court date. You're going to stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go on your blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Sydney Monet Edwards. Ms. Edwards, your full name is Sydney Monet Edwards. How are you doing, Ms. Edwards? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Ms. Edwards. I see here that your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
Sir, I'm actually gonna ask you for more time in order for me to attend the proper counsel.
Okay, so you were here on August the 27th. So we're gonna reset your case, not one more time. Give you opportunity to hire an attorney, okay?
Yes, sir.
Give us a reset date. What is that date?
November 22nd.
Okay, November 22nd of 2024. Ms. Edwards, once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go on your blessed day. Please have a seat on the second wall. I mean, on the second, in the second chair on the wall. Sydney Monet. He's on the last, second to the last page. Yep. Alyssa Bruno, this is cause number 24 CCCR 2099, case is style State of Texas versus Alyssa Page Bruno. Ms. Bruno, is that your full name?
Yes.
Ms. Bruno, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Bruno, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Bruno, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Bruno? That's good. And Ms. Bruno, you're represented in both of your cases by your attorney, Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Thanks for asking.
That's good. And Mr. Macy, do you waive a record in Ms. Bruno's cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is represented in these cases by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Bruno, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Alyssa Page Bruno, on or about February 9th, 2023, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of DWI. The Class B misdemeanor offense DWI with an open container. State you abandoning the open container?
We are, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Bruno, the state is abandoning the open container. And what that basically means is if the state did not abandon the open container, the minimum time of jail on this case would have been 6 days. The punishment range would have been 6 days to 180 days. But because they are abandoning the open container, the minimum amount of time is 72 hours. So the range of punishment becomes 72 hours in the Jefferson County Jail to 180 days, a fine or a fine that does not exceed $2,000, or you could be given no such fine and confinement. Do you understand the range of punishment for DWI Class B without an open container? Okay. Now, Ms. Bruno, to the charge of driving while intoxicated, there wasn't no Class A misdemeanor. Open container is a Class B.
It was
Yes,
filed
ma'am.
on the information as a Class A, because I double checked it this morning as well.
Oh, open container is not Class
Yeah, I
A.
don't know.
You can look at 49.
No, I understand, Judge, but,
So I was telling you an audit,
That's
what's
a
going
Class.
to be on the information, it shows that.
yeah, the information
Is
just
it?
says A, but that's just the title.
Yeah, but I know, but sometimes when they do that, the paperwork the judgments that they do comes out with that same language, so we have to get it correct. Yeah, it's 4904 C. If it is shown in trial offense under this section at the time of the offense, the person operating the motor vehicle had an open container of alcohol, and the person's immediate possession of offense is a Class B misdemeanor with a minimum term of 6 days. So, how did the judgment come out? Does it come out as a class? Did you do the judgment?
It's probably coming out correctly as a Class B, because on Odyssey, it is labeled correctly as a B. It's just the information that has it.
It's not yeah, well,
When he stopped.
Yeah, it's 4904C.
okay.
It says Class A,
Mhm.
even though it should be Class B. But the important thing is the wording in the information, not the title necessarily, but it's my concern is everything's correct.
Yeah, the law look at the term Class A misdemeanor on information as surplusage. Now, to the Class B misdemeanor offense of DWI, How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
They have an offer that I was given.
Yeah, but right now, who else know?
How you pleading? You pleading guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Pleading guilty.
Okay. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Okay. Now, let's see. Miss Bruno, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It's also labeled as State Exhibit Number 1. You recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there is a set of initials on a line next to a box that says guilty. Did you place your initials AB on this document?
Yes.
On the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document.
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have your right of appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document? Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Ms. Bruno, before you sign and initial to all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bruno, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State upper states 1.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Macy, you've advised and counseled Ms. Bruno. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. Bruno, your attorney, Mr. Macy, has advised and counseled you.
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Bruno, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 15 months deferred probation, $750 fine, 80 hours community service, interlock, and DWI standard conditions of probation. The state will also be dismissing the companion resisting case.
That's right. 2098.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, let's see, 750. What is your court cost?
Your Honor, just for clarification's sake, for some reason, the reset notices and things have 23 CCCR 0298, not 2098. So I'm not sure.
Oh, it is?
It's okay.
This says 2098 on the docket sheet.
Yeah, that's what I think that it is, but this is what I'm referring to, Judge. It just is a reset.
Yeah, it's yours here.
I don't know why it says that, but it
Oh, you're
does.
talking about 98. Oh, you're talking about the other case. Okay, yeah, 0298.
The
Okay.
dismissed case, yes,
Oh.
Judge.
I was looking at the other case. Here you go.
I just want to make sure that
Here you
the
go.
dismissed
Who
case
wrote
is
the-
dismissed.
He wrote the one on here. Now I'm wondering if I.
You
wrote
have to
this one
change
wrong.
the numbers.
On the bottom, right here where you wrote it in.
So is that the correct number?
Yes, it's
0298?
Yeah, 0298, yeah.
Okay, so that was my mistake. I'm sorry, Judge.
Transposed.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
And I think I put 24 when it's 23.
Yeah,
Think about it. Sorry, Judge.
there you go.
The GWI is $20.99, so it
I
looked
know,
like
I
they were
know.
consecutive. Done at the same time, and that confused me.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you. And you were appointed on this case, is that correct?
Your Honor.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Confused myself.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's speak with you.
Or, well, you mean, Paul?
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Bruno, the state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus court costs of $392. You'll also be required. Okay, I forgot to set those. You'll be required to pay a DWI conviction fee fine of $100. You'll also be required to pay. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you will be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $300. The total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, in this case, is $192 a month. Will you be able to pay the $192 each month? Okay. You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class of alcohol assessment. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. And you'll also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation, of DWI probation. The state will be dismissing the companion case, cause number 23 CCCR 0298. Ms. Bruno, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer? Ms. Bruno, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Bruno, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite confident in those matters. Now, Ms. Bruno, Just stand in front of the work coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you. And Mr. Macy, this is your only case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Okay, Mr. Vasquez, Marvin Mosley. Okay, Mr. Mosley, your full name is Marvin Mosley.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Mosley?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Mosley, you represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Joe Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. State is represented in this case by Attorney Kyle Gasper. Ms. Gasper, how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Vasquez, what is your announcement of Mr. Mosley's cases?
Judge, could we reset this case to the second week of December? I want to see if the pretrial is available for Mr. Moses.
Okay,
If it's not, we'll dispose of it
okay,
that day.
okay. Let's get it, let's reset this case, second week of December. So, the defendant can apply for pretrial diversion.
Thank you.
Okay, this case will be reset until December 9th, 2024. Mr. Mosley, give your attorney an opportunity to apply for the pretrial diversion program. You're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Vasquez, once you get your reset, you're free to go as well.
Thank
And you
you.
have a blessed day.
You too.
Jada Tompkins. Ms. Tompkins, your full name is Jada Tompkins.
Yes.
How you doing, Ms. Tompkins? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Tompkins, you're represented in your case by your attorney Nathan Reynolds. Attorney Reynolds, how you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
And Mr. Reynolds, what is your announcement in Ms. Tompkins' case?
We'd like for this case to be settled on the next announcement, Doctor. There's some more information that, I think the DA would like to look at in regards to some videos and possibly, coming up with a solution to the case.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, give us a reset date. November 22nd of 2024. Okay. Okay, Mr. Reynolds, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. And Ms. Tompkins, once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. Stay in contact with your attorney, your boss. Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay? We have anybody ready? I see there's a Stevenson. Yes. Christopher Stevenson. Mr. Stevenson. Your full name is Christopher Stevenson.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevenson, would you please raise your right hand? Stevenson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Stevenson, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Stevenson?
Okay, I'm understood.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Stevenson, you're representing the case by Attorney Laura Perazzo. Attorney Perazzo, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor.
That's good. Now, Ms. Perazzo, do you waive a record in Mr. Stevenson's cases?
We do, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Stevenson, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled information. In this information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office and called number 24-CCCR 0459, it alleges that you, Christopher Stevenson, on or about December 31st of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 2A. Mr. Stevenson, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Stevenson, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Contest.
Now you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Sir.
You pleaded no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevenson, I also have before me the document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials, CS, on the line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevenson, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stevenson, are you a citizen of the United States?
Sir.
State offer states one.
Any objections? No objections. States exhibit number one will be admitted. Mr. Stevenson, your attorney, Ms. Barrazo, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ms. Barrazo, you've advised and counseled Mr. Stevenson. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Stevenson, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state is offering 1 year deferred probation, $500 fine, 50 hours of community service, and this is to run concurrent with his felony case that was pled in May. In addition, the state is agreeing to dismiss the companion case with forfeiture of the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department.
Okay. What is the courthouse? Okay. Mr. Stevenson, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 for score costs of $377. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your announcement fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court-appointed attorney's fees of $300. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $181 a month. Will you be able to pay the $181 each month?
Yeah, I should.
You will, okay. You'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service. The state will be dismissing, well, this case will run concurrent with clause number 23 DCCR 1776. And the state will be dismissing clause number 24 CCCR 0458 for forfeiture of a weapon in that case to the Beaumont Police Department. I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Forfeit. Mr. Stevenson, did you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, before you signed this document, did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Stevenson, the court is going to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon in this case to the Beaumont Police Department. And Mr. Stevenson, you will also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. Stevenson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, man, I think I need a, cause I just thought about it. I already have to pay $320 a month for the current probation.
Let me do this here. So he's currently on probation?
Yes, sir.
Well, hold on a minute. So you won't have to pay that anymore. Okay, I'm gonna have to readjust the fees because you. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Now let me do this here. Now, Mr. Stevenson,
Yes, sir.
the court is going to accept your plea of no contest. Well, let me back up. Now, Mr. Stevenson, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $277. You will not be required to pay probation fee of $60 a month because you're already on probation in another case that's running concurrent with this case. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you will not be required to pay the urinalysis fee of $15 a month because you're already on probation in the felony case. So you will be required to pay the $15 reimbursement fee and then reimburse the Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $300. Now, your total monthly installments, instead of being $181 a month, your probation fee is $99 a month.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So now the paperwork that you're going to get is going to show the figures that you pay in probation fees and the urinalysis fee. However, when you bring your paperwork to the probation department is going to look at your paperwork, realize that you're on felony probation, and they're going to make the adjustment with their bookkeeping department.
Okay.
So you'll be only paying, you won't be paying no more than $99 a month.
All right, yes, sir.
They may adjust it even lower. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you'll also be required to perform. Now, let me ask you, can you pay the $99 a month?
Yes, sir. I can afford that.
Okay. Now, you'll also be required to perform 50 hours of community service. And as I mentioned earlier, you are forfeiting the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. The state will be dismissing that case that the weapon is forfeited in cause number 24 CCCR 0458. The state that this case will run concurrent with the felony case, cause number 23 DCCR 1776, and you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Now, Mr. Stevenson, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer and the adjustments that the court made is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the offering in this case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Stevenson, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement along with the adjustments that the court have made in this case. Now, Mr. Stevenson, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. You will not, it will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney, Ms. Provo, about the non-disclosure because she's quite competent. Oh, did I say Ms. Provo? Okay, Ms. Perazzo. You can talk to your attorney, Ms. Perazzo,
I told you.
in this case about the non-disclosure because she's quite competent in those matters.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Stevenson, you're going to stand in front of the court coordinator. Follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go, and I'm also signing the dismissal. And you have a blessed day, Ms. Perazzo.
Yes.
You have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay.
I was telling Carl that people mess mine up.
The Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session. And clause numbers M330802, clause number M331346, both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Kendra M. Kelly. Ms. Kelly, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Ms. Kelly?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Ms. Kelly. You're represented in your cases by your attorney, Attorney Marcus Wilkerson. Attorney Wilkerson, how are you doing?
Doing good, Judge, thanks.
That's good. Now, Ms. Haley Simmons, I have before me two motions to dismiss, a
That's
motion to
correct.
dismiss in this case?
That's correct. Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Kelly,
Yes, sir.
I have these two motions to dismiss. I'm signing these motions. Once I finish signing these motions, you'll be able to get a copy of these motions dismissed from your attorney in a few minutes. I just signed the first one. And I'm signing the second one. Okay, I just signed the second one. Okay, Ms. Kelly, your attorney's gonna get a copy of these motions to dismiss. Your cases have been dismissed. Once you get your copy, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
All right. Did, his client show up? Didn't show up?
Yes.
No, that's not. You have another one?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Oh,
I have Jules Savoy.
Kelly. Okay, that was dismissed. Jules Savoy? Okay, this is cause number 246 CCR 1334, case of Solid State of Texas versus Jules Savoy. Mr. Savoy, is that your full name?
Yes.
How you doing, Mr. Savoy? That's good, Mr. Savoy. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marcus Wilkerson. Attorney Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge.
That's good. Now, Mr. Wilkerson, what is your announcement in Mr. Savoy's case?
Your Honor, at this time, we would like to request a reset. It's my understanding that there may be at least one additional charge coming out of this incident. And so
Oh,
at this point, the state is not making any offers on the case, and I would like the opportunity to potentially resolve the case
Do we-
in the future.
Okay. Do we know whether or not the potential case is a felony or misdemeanor?
Misdemeanor.
It'll be a
Misdemeanor, so to be
Your Honor.
filed in this court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
This
So
is-
that was the same criminal episode?
I believe so. This is Andrew's case, and right now he's holding an offer until we figure out if the other case is going to come down.
Do we know whether, where the case is in, I guess, in the,
Procedurally, Your Honor.
well, not necessarily, but like what stage is, are they, does the state have the case in their office, or does the agency still have the case?
I believe the agency does. It's not in
So
our
it hadn't been
system
submitted
yet.
yet? Okay. The reason why I was asking, because I need to figure out how much time we need to reset it. So what we'll do, let me see, just, hold on a minute. Let me look at it. Do we know what kind of case it might be?
Andrew's notes see potential DWI.
DWI? Well, this, you just never know how long they're gonna hold on them.
So the offense date, Judge, was May 1st, and so I imagine they may not have received the lab results at this point. So
It takes a while on those. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reset it 2 months. And basically we'll reset it 2 months if they haven't been filed. By then, we'll just have to reset it again. Okay, until it's filed.
or until the state determines that they're not going to pursue it.
The only problem is, it's a 2-year statute of limitations.
Yes, sir.
So they have until May of 2026. That's the only problem.
Getting the result is today.
Yeah, they can't, the state don't want to extend an offer to you on this case today. Okay? So, we're gonna reset this case 2 months. Let's reset in December. Hopefully it'll be filed by then. Then we could get it resolved. December 6th? Okay, so this case will be reset December 6th of 2024. Mr. Savoy, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Wilkerson, this is your last case. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hope everybody has a good weekend.
Okay, you
Me
are.
too.
Same here. Okay. Jefferson County Court, Law number 2 is back in session, the court is in session. And cause number 24 CCCR 1340, case is filed in the state of Texas versus Jacoby Jermaine Sherman. Mr. Sherman, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sherman, would you please raise your right hand? Sherman, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sherman, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Sherman?
All right, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Sherman, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marvel Provo. Attorney Provo, how are you doing? Ms. Provo, do you waive a record in Mr. Sherman's case?
Yes, we do.
Mr. Sherman, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This document is on my computer. This document that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office alleges that you, Jacoby Sherman, or Jacoby Jermaine Sherman, on or about March 31st of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of fleeing police officer. Mr. Sherman, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Sherman, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sherman, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. This document is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, that set of initials on the line next to a box says check no contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, that's titled, on the same document, on the next page, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document.
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are two boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that state?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. You understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have a document before me on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, well, now, Mr. Sherman, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Yes, sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sherman, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State offer states one.
Any objections? No objections. States Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Provo, you've advised and counseled Mr. Sherman. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? And Mr. Sherman, your attorney, Ms. Provo, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sherman, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 20, and to tax and retire all court costs.
Okay, Mr. Sherman, the state is offering that you serve 20 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you have already served 20 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the time that you've already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it all. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Now, Mr. Sherman, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sherman, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Sherman, this will conclude your case. Please stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. Yes, and you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day, Ms. Provo. Marcus Hope. Okay, this is cause number 24 CCCR 1170, case style of state of Texas versus Marcus Hope. Ms. Holt, Mr. Holt, excuse me. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Holt, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Holt, you're representing your case by your attorney, Jennifer DeLodge. Mr. Lodge, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Now, Mr. Lodge, what is your announcement in Mr. Holt's case?
Judge, we would like to request a reset of 30 to 60 days. We need to, speak with Andrew, the other prosecutor, about his offer. The situation has changed a little bit and the victim in this case is, no longer wanting to press charges. She actually wants to sign an on prosecution affidavit. So we'd like to have some time to get that put together.
Can we get a reset? 30. Okay, this case will be reset to November 20th, 2024. Mr. Holt, your attorney is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Lodge, you're free to go as well. Once you get your reset, you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You are. Waiting on Mr. Burbank.
Judge, I'm here.
Oh.
And I'm
Oh,
trying.
okay, the Lodge.
We can do the week before. Or
Okay, that's fine. Why we can't do the week before? Okay, what about put it on a Wednesday?
Yeah, that's fine. That's good. That's okay. Thank y'all.
You're welcome. So it's gonna be November the 13th. Okay,
That's not, they didn't bust the, get 60.
who else would we have?
They work. We're gonna go back.
Okay,
Well, it's here.
yes, I don't think we have his paperwork yet.
You ever wonder why they do that?
This is cause number M 329236. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Kendra Takesha Wallace. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wallace, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Wallace, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wallace, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Wallace?
Okay.
That's good. Ms. Wallace, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Wright Kimbler. Attorney Kimbler, how are you doing?
Well, thank you.
And Mr. Kimbler, do you waive a record in Ms. Wallace's case?
Sure.
Ms. Wallace, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Ms. Wallace, it alleges that you, LaKendra Takesha Wallace, on or about August 13th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Wallace, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Ms. Wallace, how do you plead guilty? Not guilty, no contest.
Your Honor, this is an MTRP.
Oh. Oops, I don't need that. That should have had, what is the okay.
I can print the MTRP.
All right, I got it. Okay, Ms. Wallace, I have before me a document that is titled Motion to Revoke Probation. In this motion, Ms. Wallace, that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, it alleges that you, LaKendra Takesha Wallace, was tried on April 14 of 2022 for the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. This motion further alleged that you were found guilty and your punishment was assessed at 90 days confinement in the Jefferson County Jail without a fine. You were placed on probation for a period of 1 year. In this motion, there are 3 allegations. State, are you abandoning allegation number 1?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Wallace, the state is abandoning allegation number 1, and what that means is they will proceed only on allegations 2 and 3. Allegation 2 alleges that you, LaKendra Takesha Wallace, failed to abstain from the use and possession of drugs, except those taken or possessed under doctor's orders as ordered by the court, in that on January 20th, 2023, you, LaKendra Takesha Wallace, provided a urine sample for a scientific analysis that showed the presence of the metabolic byproducts methamphetamine in violation of condition 12 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Allegation number 3 alleges that you, LaKendra Takesha Wallace, failed to pay restitution to Beatrice Silva in the amount of $500 as ordered by the court in violation of condition 17 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
I just made a payment.
That's on the other case,
It went towards the other
probably, I don't know.
case.
You
Is
didn't
that
pay-
true or not
You
true?
didn't pay the whole 500
I just paid 500 on, like, towards the fees.
on the
like,
other
towards-
case.
yeah.
She's on felony probation also.
Oh, okay, that's different. So, to my question, that asks whether or not you paid the restitution to Beatrice Silva in the amount of $500, is that, which is a violation of condition 17 of your probation, is that true or not true?
True.
True. Now, you're pleading true the allegations 2 and 3 freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading true because they are true?
Yes.
Ms. Wallace, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2, now, this first page, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked is MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation. On page 2 of this same document, there's set of initials LW. On the line next to a box says check MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, true to allegations 2 and 3. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature? You have to speak up.
sir. I'm sorry.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
Now, Miss Wallace. Excuse me. Ms. Wallace, before you sign and initial this document, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Wallace, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State offer states 1.
No objection.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Kimler, you're advising counsel, Ms. Wallace. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
There's none.
And Ms. Wallace, your attorney, Mr. Kimler has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Wallace, I will accept your plea of true to allegations 2 and 3. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea of true, the state's offering 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 90 days into tax and return.
Okay, Ms. Wallace, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. You will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That simply means that you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Miss Wallace, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Wallace, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Wallace, you're gonna stand in front of our court coordinator, follow her direction. Once you finish following her direction, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Thank
You're
you.
off on this, yeah. That's not, you know.
Daryl Sam on Zoom. Mr. Sam, you could take your mic off of mute. Mr. Sam, you could take your mic off of mute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sam, your attorney Tom Burbank, Attorney Burbank, is in court in Orange County. And so we're gonna have to reset your case, what that date is?
October 25th.
Okay, your case is gonna be reset to October 25th of 2024. Stay in contact with your attorney. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank
Okay. Now, he's here for a case?
No, sir, he's just, in the gap.
Okay, Jefferson County Court at Law is back in session. Court is in session in cause number 23 CCCR 2344 case of South State of Texas versus Dwight David Guillory. Dwight Guillory is scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's barely called the name of Dwight Guillory at the courthouse door. Dwight Guillory did not answer. Dwight Guillory has not been in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:07 a.m. on today's date of October 11 of 2024. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Dwight Guillory at the courthouse door? David Guillory. Dwight David Guillory. Dwight David Guillory.
No answer, Your Honor.
Okay, no answer. Dwight David Guillory's name was just called at the courthouse door. Dwight Guillory did not answer. A reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Guillory an opportunity to appear in court. State, do we have a motion?
State moves for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Dwight David Guillory's bond will be forfeited and a warrant shall be issued for his arrest. And cause number 23 CCCR 2344. And now we have before us, let's see, that was the last case prior to. Let's see, the next case is gonna be Mr. Takash case on Rohan Rudolph Colton. Mr. Rohan Colton is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Colton is represented in his case by attorney Todd Takash. Attorney Takash is not here. However, standing in for attorney Takash is attorney Don Boudreaux. Attorney Boudreaux, would you come forward? And this is gonna be the last case that we have on our docket today. And so at this time, this information that we get ready to go over. Now, Mr. Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine.
Okay, and Mr. Colton, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Colton, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Takash. Attorney Takash is not here. However, standing in for Mr. Takash is a local counsel, Attorney Don Boudreaux. Does Mr. Boudreaux have your permission to stand in for Attorney Takash?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Boudreaux, you're standing in for Mr. Takash. And prior to us going any further, there was a matter that we need to discuss, I guess, outside of the record. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Boudreaux, the right to public trial, all trials and proceedings pursuant to Article 1.24 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure shall be held public. However, pursuant to the case of Lilly versus State 365 Southwest 3rd, 321, the right to public trial is not absolute and may be outweighed by other competing interests, such as the interest in security, to prevent the disclosure of non-public information, and to ensure that a defendant gets a fair trial. Now, in reference to this case, the matter, my guess would fall under the purview of the defendants receiving a fair trial. Do you request that this portion of the hearing be closed to the public? The matter that,
Whatever the court pleases.
okay, but that's actually is based on what you desire. If you desire that, we can do it. If not, we can just go forward.
I'm open to the court, Judge.
Okay, well, he didn't say he wanted to close it,
Okay,
so,
well,
okay, so we'll just go forward. Now, Mr. Colton,
Yes,
your
sir.
case is here today. Your attorney, Mr. Boudreaux, was scheduled to, I guess he was prepared to do a plea for you to dispose of the case. However, you're not here in person, and the necessary paperwork that has to be signed as well as printed, you have to be in person to do that. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay, so we need to find out. I understand in the profession that you're in, you travels, and we can try to schedule a time when you'll be here in the Jefferson County area.
Okay. Okay.
Because I don't know what your schedule is. And at this point, I don't
Yeah,
think,
it's just all over the place. But if we talk to him, I could set up a date and I could
okay,
try to get back in there.
okay. So you just need to talk to, well, he's saying that if you can set up a date, he'll try to get here. So what we can do, would 30 days be enough time?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I should be able to get to 30 days. Yes, sir.
Okay, give us a reset date and hold on, we're gonna get you a reset date and you can look at your schedule.
Okay.
What about November 22nd?
Honestly, if it could do it in the next, not this week, coming the week after this,
2 weeks? Okay, that'll be fine.
yeah, we could do it like around
October 25th?
in within 2 weeks.
What about October
Let me
25th?
look at is that a Friday?
Yes.
Can't look at the calendar right. Okay, yeah, we could do it 25th.
Okay, because we'll reset this case to October 25th, 2024. Stay in contact with your attorney. They'll give you a reset. I'm just saying and court starts October 25th at 9 a.m.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so stay in contact with
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Prakash and Mr. Boudreaux. You're free to go, Mr. Bolton. and you have a blessed day. And Mr.
Alright,
Boudreaux, you're gonna get your reset. In court, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay.
All right?
Well,
All
thank
right,
you, sir.
this will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on today's date of October 11, 2024, in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, may I ask you a question
Is it regarding this case, another case?
about something off the record? What